Playmakers, how's it going? This is Coach Wood, and I am excited that you decided to come by the channel and hang out with me. Thank you so much for stopping back by. If this is your first time, welcome to the Before You Go Pro channel. I'm your host, Coach Wood. This is where we talk football, y'all, and we get after it. So I'm excited to chat with you guys today because we've got a great topic to talk about. There's some things that take place for a young football player in this industry, and sometimes we don't have a blueprint. Sometimes we don't have a protocol for what we're going through, and hopefully, you guys are starting to gain some expertise, some knowledge for some of the situations that many of you guys may be facing as you go through this journey in this game, this beautiful game of football. That's what this is all about, is teaching and educating, where maybe you get a leg up on the competition, or maybe you go through something a little bit easier because you've been rocking with the Before You Go Pro channel. So this is the Weekday Huddle, you guys, and if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that you're notified whenever we release new content on behalf of our channel. Also, check out the resources that we have for you down in the description box as well. But let's get into today's topic, you guys. And this one is one, like I said, that some of you guys are going to have to fully exercise to get what you want. There's times that you're going to have to be patient in the football industry, but there's times, you guys, where you're going to have to visualize. You're going to have to visualize on a whole level, a whole higher level, because what you're looking for or what you're fighting for might not be right there on the table for you. There's going to be parts and portions of this journey that you're on where you're going to have to trust your intuitions, and you're going to have to believe sometimes in things that you might not be able to physically see. Many of you are working out as we speak, or maybe you just got done working out, or you're headed to a workout, and you are working out with the faith and the visualization that the things you want can come to fruition if you put the work in, you guys. And that's how you have to roll. There's going to be things you cannot control in the game of football, but what you can control is your work ethic. You can control your optimism. You can control your faith and your vision of what's to come. You can see it before anybody else sees it. Nobody's going to reach the pinnacle of the football industry without seeing it before it becomes reality. You got to see it before it comes reality. And there's going to be times, you guys, that you got to heavily trust your intuitions. You may say, you know what, I'm going to this junior college, or you know what, I'm going to this FCS school or this D2 school, and other people may not see it. They may not see your vision. They may not see what you're thinking. You may go over here and say, you know what, I'm going to switch my position. And people may not. They may think you're crazy. We have a young man that's at Samford in the FCS school. He was a great defensive lineman in high school, and now he's an offensive lineman. But does he really believe that that's his route? Does he really believe in the vision of him becoming an offensive lineman? We just had a kid get paid a lot of money from UCLA, switching from the defensive side to the offensive side. But it had to be somebody's vision of what he could be if he switched sides of the ball, if he switched to the offensive side of the ball. Somebody had to visualize, and in his case, it was his coach, his junior college coach, and then he ran with it. He believed in the vision, and he took it further. So the vision that you have for yourself can't be short-sighted. The vision that you have for yourself cannot be emotional, where if I don't see it in front of me, then I don't think it's coming. If I don't see it in front of me, then that means it doesn't exist. That means it's falling apart. That means that things aren't going right. No, because it may be in front of you tomorrow. It may be in front of you a month from now, but it won't be if you can't visualize it. So today's Weekday Huddle, you guys, is about the power of visualization, especially for athletes. Any athletes that we talk to, we're talking especially when it's their time of season, every game, you should spend some time to yourself visualizing how you want that game to go down. A lot of players visualize before practice, but it's going to be huge, you guys, because there's going to be some times you got to trust your intuition. There's going to be some times as an athlete, especially trying to get to the pinnacle, where you may have to trust a vision that nobody can see right in front of you. So here's an example that I want to share with you of just feeling the vision and the intuition and feeling like things were going to be okay. And this is something that happened with me. So when I was coming out of the University of Colorado, you guys see the helmet back there. I'm fighting for chances to break through in the NFL. And it came to a point in time where I had to go to the Arena Football League. And I was trying to go through the back door to get to the NFL. The Arena Football League was at a very, very high level when I was coming out of college. And a lot of the NFL teams actually owned arena football teams. Half of the Arena Football League, the 12, 16 teams in the league, half of them were owned by NFL teams. And to a certain extent, in my day, the NFL teams were using the Arena Football League as an extra taxi squad, as an extra practice squad, where they'll have the practice squad on their NFL roster, but then there was still some athletes that they wanted to take a look at or that they thought might be able to make it into the NFL one day. So they would place them on their Arena Football team. You know, the Dallas Cowboys had the Dallas Desperados. They would place you on the Desperados and they would kind of still watch you. They would kind of still protect you. So it got to this point in time where I'm fighting to get a chance in the NFL, and I need to continue to get film. I need to show people that I can play at a high level. I need to show people that I'm in shape and I'm ready to go. So, and it also needed to put some dollars in my back pocket. I had a young son at the time. So I ended up going to Austin, Texas. They had a team called the Austin Wranglers at the time, and I went out there to work out for their team. At the time, I'm in desperate need of a job, so I am fighting, scratching, and clawing on this workout to do the best I can do so that they give me the job. Now, the thing that was interesting about the Arena Football League at the time is, you know, you go work out for an NFL team, they're going to put you through all the drills that they do at the combine. You're going to have to run a 40. You may have to do some bench press. You're going to do some drills, some position drills. You're going to feel like you're doing a pro day or that you're at the combine whenever I had an NFL workout, whether it was the Packers, the Raiders, the Bills. I had so many. You always felt like you were doing a combine or a pro day workout. The thing that was different about the Arena League was that you actually, especially if it was during the season, during the arena season, and they brought you in to take a look at you, they would actually suit you up. They would suit you up. You could be at the house eating Doritos. You better be in shape, because if they bring you out to their facility for a workout, the workout wasn't combine workout. The workout was that they were going to suit you up and you were going to go against their players, right? So I go out to Austin, Texas. And I am having a great workout. It's called a 2-day workout. You would go out there for 2 days. You would practice with the team for 2 days. And then at the end of the 2 days, they would tell you your faith. Now, I had been bouncing around from Arena League to thinking about the World League, had a cup of tea in Canada. I've been bouncing around. So I'm just looking for an opportunity. Plus, like I said, need to put some money in my back pocket. So I go out there and have a phenomenal workout with the Austin Wranglers. This is probably about maybe game 4 of their season, 16-game season or so. This is probably about game 4. Have a great workout, and I just know that I had a great enough workout to get the job, to finally put pen to paper and put some dollars in my family's pocket. But guess what? At the end of the workout, when the coaches pulled me in to tell me my fate, whether or not I was flying back home to California or whether or not I was staying out there in Austin, Texas, they said, Terrence, you had a great workout. A lot of the coaches actually thought that you should be signed right now, but we're not going to sign you. We're not going to sign you. We're going to go in a different direction. If something changes, then we'll give you a call. Okay. So that was my fate. I'm feeling like I'm the best cornerback on their team during the practice, and they're telling me that they're not going to sign me. Now, luckily, I was in a different time at that moment than maybe I was when I was in college, because when I was in college, I probably would have told them about themselves. I probably would have messed it up for myself in the future, because I would have told them that I felt like I believed I should have been on their team and that I was the best cornerback that they had there. But I didn't say that. I was humble. I was gracious because I had gone through another situation where maybe I didn't handle it properly, and I was humble and gracious, and I told him I would love to be there, and if for some reason something changes, somebody goes down, you guys feel like you need more talent, I'm ready to go. You guys can send me home, but I'll be ready to go, and I would love to play for the Austin Wranglers. So I made it really upbeat. I was real humble, big gratitude. I thanked everybody, and then I was back on the plane. You guys, heading back home to California. But before I got on the plane, and this is where sometimes you just got to have some faith, you got to have some visualization. Even though they were telling me no, I still felt like they were going to give me a call back. In my heart of hearts, in my faith, in my visions, I said, you know what? I'm coming back here. There's going to be something that happens. I don't know when, but something's telling me I'm coming back here. So please let me make sure I handle this the right way. Now, another thing that was unique to a 2-day workout in the Arena Football League is that you would actually stay with some of the players that were on the team. If you were in the Arena Football League at the time that I was playing, they would put all the guys up in really nice apartments or condos. So all the money that you made during the arena football season was in your pocket. It was in your pocket. So they had real nice condos that they had put the players up from Austin. They had me stay with a guy named Henry Bryant. If you ever see this, Henry, shouts out to you. That was a former Kansas State Wildcat. And I stayed with Henry. We hit it off. And I'm in the same condo as him. Now, they had given me so much equipment, sweatsuits, all kind of gear during my 2 days working out for the Wranglers. So by the time that it was time for me to leave, I had basically an extra bag of stuff. I had all kind of new stuff that they had given me during my time there. But I was dead broke. I'm fresh out of college. I got a kid. I'm dead broke. So you guys know that if you have too much weight on your bags when you go to the airport, then what? You got to pay extra. You got to pay $50, $60. I didn't even have the $50 or $60, you guys, at the time to take the new gear that they gave with me back home. I didn't even have $50 or $60 to do that. So what I did, and this is once again the visualization, the faith part, and the intuition part that I want you guys to hone into and be able to grab. At that time, I was convinced, my heart, that I was coming back to Austin. And I told Henry, my roommate for the 2 days, I said, look, I got some really nice stuff that they gave me on the team. I would like to keep it, but I can't take all of this stuff back with me. But something's telling me, Henry, man, I'm coming back. We're going to be teammates, man. I know I played good enough, and even though they told me no now, I'm coming back. My faith, my vision, I'm a visualizer, I'm a manifesting. I'm coming back to the Austin Wranglers. So I said, look, I'm gonna leave these clothes and some of this stuff that I was given. I'm gonna leave it here in the closet. Give me 2 weeks. If they don't call me back in 2 weeks, then you can have whatever you want in the car. And it was a mix. Some of the stuff was so nice that they gave me that I left some of my stuff and I took their stuff. And then there was stuff that they had given me that I left as well. There was some nice stuff that they had. There was some cleats, there was some gloves, there was a couple of sweatsuits, there was some nice stuff. And I said, look, I'm going to have faith and I'm going to claim this. I'm going to claim this. I'm coming back, man. And just do me a solid. I'm going to put this stuff right here in the corner of this closet. And if for some reason I don't come back in a couple weeks, brother, you can have it. But I'm claiming this. I'm owning this. And even though I don't have it today, it's mine. And I know it's mine. And he said, no doubt. He said, I got your back. I'm going to leave the stuff there. And I flew off. I flew off to California, but something told me that I was going to come back. And lo and behold, about maybe it was a little bit longer, it was about 3 or 4 weeks later, they called. The Austin Wranglers called. Somebody had went down. Another guy had bad production. They said, look, we're going to put you on the practice squad for 2 weeks, and then you're going to be live for the rest of the season after that. And sure enough, man, that was the call that I needed, the breakthrough I needed at the time. And when I went back out to Austin, Texas, guess what? My stuff was still in the closet. My stuff was still in the closet. But I had been on many workouts, you guys, too many to count. And I was getting tired of flying back home and telling my wife, my soon-to-be wife, nope, babe, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. And, doing odd jobs here and there to keep us afloat. But having to go back and say we didn't get it. But this time I went back and I said, we didn't get it, but I know they're going to call. And I even left some stuff there because I know they're going to call. That's how much faith I have. I left some good stuff there because I know I'm going to go back and get it. So there's going to be times along this journey, you guys, where you're going to have to believe in things you do not see physically. Think about Kurt Warner. He was bagging groceries in a grocery store, and now he's an NFL Hall of Famer, Pro Football Hall of Famer. How do you get from bagging groceries to Pro Football Hall of Fame? You must be seeing something, believing in something, and having faith in something that other people don't see. You must have a level of confidence in what's about to take place that other people can't see. And that was one of the first times, you guys, where I really had that level of confidence. And you guys are going to have that level of confidence to get what you want. There's going to be times where you're not going to see what you want lining up right in front of you. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of this conversation. A little bit longer, but I thought it had to be illustrated that there's things coming your way. You just have to believe in it and you have to see it before it's physically there. All right. Hit that subscribe button. This is the end of the week for me, so you guys have an amazing weekend. Make sure that you subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you tell a friend about the Weekday Huddle. I'm Coach Wood. We'll see you at the top.